Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of the latest episode of Rick and Morty Pickle Rick. And I really enjoyed this episode. They did a real good job on this. The setup of what was going on and what came out of it was freaking amazing. So, we start off and we see Morty's getting ready in the bathroom and Rick is calling for him. So he goes out in the garage, he's like, hey, where are you? He's like, flip the pickle over. It's me, Pickle Rick! He's like, why would you do this? And at first, I was thinking, this is gonna, I don't like how this is going at first. And he's like, no, I was doing it to challenge myself and everything. And, of course, Beth and Summer come in, and she's like, where's your grandpa? He's turned himself into a pickle. I'm like, uh-huh. Okay, did you do this to get out of the therapy session? No, why would you say that? And I was like, oh, I don't know, because you said you'd go to it. And we're seeing that there's a syringe above you on a timer that's set for 10 minutes after we're supposed to leave. No, that syringe is completely and utterly unrelated to this pickle incident. It's like, okay. So, we're just gonna leave you here because they have to go to school-ordered therapy because Morty peed himself and Summer was, like, huffing stuff from pottery. It's like, okay, so they go off to do that and we just see Rick being left as a pickle there. And, oh my god, it's so good, because this cat comes in, bats at him, he's like, oh god, I've seen this on the internet, no, leave me alone, he gets batted outside, and then the sun is like, bearing down on him, he's like, oh, I didn't think this is how it was gonna go, man, and he's like, drying out and everything, he's like, and he's like, then a thunderstorm comes in, and it starts like, giving him moisture back, he's like, ha, oh god, and then like, enough water comes down that it puts him into the sewer system. And he, like, falls down and, like, he's seeing roaches on her. He's like, alright, I got this. So he, like, bites himself to, like, have the brine. He's like, oh, come get this sweet brine. And then he, like, bites the head of the roach to kill it, takes off the backup part of its skull, and, like, uses his tongue to maneuver the legs and everything of the roach. It's like, oh my god. So, of course, he goes off and starts doing that. We see the family get into the therapy session, and they're talking about, like, how Rick was supposed to be there to everything, and how Beth is, like, pretty much trying to cover for him, saying he's a scientist, really smart one on the galactic level, he got caught up in experiments and everything. He's like, well, it doesn't seem like he really wanted to be here, and kind of delving into why the family's there, going to, like, the I statements and everything. Beth pretty much like, screw this, we don't need therapy and all that, my kids are just being stupid, discipline issues. And it's like, okay. So then we get back to, like, Rick doing one of the coolest things ever. So he's able to, like, entice this rat to come in. He chops its head off, and the rest of the rats just start coming around. He's like, oh shit. So he's like, goes off, and we see he has made this giant kind of mechanism that he has taken off parts of rats and essentially built himself an Iron Man suit that he connects into his brain so that way he can use it. He's like, aha! And then we see one of the most badass action sequences as he's like made all these like razor blades and like thumbtacks, and it's like using it to kill all of these rats, and just seeing him act like such a badass. It's just like, holy shit. It's fucking awesome. And he takes down this like one big rat. He's like, you know why I didn't hate you? Because you're nothing to me. And then he just like kills him. And the Iron Man suit thing goes further, and that he like gets ready. He has a jetpack, and he flies out of a toilet. He's like, Pickle Rick! And we see that he has gotten into this like Eastern European compound. That's got like all these guards and everything. It's like, oh shit. He sets off the alarms, and everything's crazy, and he's like going through, and he's, that's it. And the like director of the place is like, we have to take him out. And of course everybody's starting to freak out because people are starting to die. You killed like 2 of my guards. No, they killed themselves because they messed with him. It's like, shit. Seeing him like going around fucking with the place and being like, oh, no, it's personal now. And just seeing him like continue to escalate this, making lasers and shit, doing a 3-for-1 shot with the lasers through their heads, just taking off legs and just killing people. And the rest of the guards freaking out because it's like part of a bedtime story, thing that would kill you if you were wasteful, and just seeing him freak the fuck out was hilarious. And of course it gets to a point where it's like, alright, we gotta unleash something. It's like, you can see your daughter again if you kill this pickle. Alright. Because his name is Jaguar, and he's like, held in there. He wants to free his people and all that kind of stuff. So evidently it's kind of like a totalitarian regime thing. So he goes up, and we see this cool fight and action sequence. Pickle Rick gets hit, he's really wounded, but he also wounds Jaguar, and seeing them both kind of like doing this, saying like this isn't personal or whatnot, and just seeing him take out all this stuff. Seeing Rick heal himself by like using mustard and a pickle from a sandwich. It's just, they knew what they were doing with this episode and how they were laying out where everything was going. And of course, at first you think, oh, he took out Jaguar, but you find out that him and Jaguar made the deal because the director tried to pretty much bribe him and say, I got like $100 million. It's all yours. He's like, oh, that's not how this is going to work anymore. And, of course, he thinks he's taking out Jaguar. He's like got a helicopter up there, and he comes out and he sees Jaguar's in there, and Pickle Rick's there, and he sets off fire, and he blows up the compound and the dude, and he's like, alright, thanks, Jaguar. He's like, oh, he's sorry your daughter's dead. And he's like, oh, I got like infinite daughters and everything. He's like, do I have infinite daughters? He's like, no. And then Jaguar kind of leaves. He's like, alright. Pickle Rick then comes in, busting into the therapy session, and they start getting into the root of like Rick's whole stuff. He really likes adventure and everything, but he doesn't want to work on these kind of things because he doesn't like vulnerability and emotions. He punishes that kind of stuff, and see that Beth does that same kind of thing and is trying to pretty much do that to Morty and Summer. And seeing that was pretty cool, and seeing the therapist lay it out because he thought that it was useless. It's not useful work or whatnot. And she just kind of like hammers into it. And of course, when they're driving off in the car, Beth and Rick are bonding over it and just saying, hey, we're going to go get a drink. She gives him the syringe to turn back into a human, and he's still wounded as a human. Still got a chunk taken out of him, and he's naked, and he's like, oh, that's better. All right, yeah, she didn't know what the hell she was talking about. And, of course, Morty and Summer want to go back, but they're completely ignoring him at this point. It's just like, okay, Rick definitely has Beth around his finger on this, and it's just like, oh, crap. So, I really liked how this was delving into the whole divorce thing, and are able to balance the season arc with the kind of, like, story of the week arc that they are able to do. And they just nailed it with the jokes, the whole Pickle Rick, kind of the misdirection of this is going to be stupid, and then it turns into a freaking awesome thing. Yeah, it's stupid, but they escalated to such an effect that it was just amazing to see, and then ending on the fact of, like, seeing that Beth really does take after her father with Rick, and how they, like, view the world and all that is like, wow, okay, so, yeah. Even if she was, like, talking to Jerry or whatnot, Jerry likes to show his emotions and his vulnerabilities, but that's not how Beth's been brought up, and expects a family to kind of act. It's like, shit, okay, that's kind of cool to delve into the characters like that. I can't wait to see what the next episode's going to be, and what's going to happen from it. So, those are my opinions on the episode. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.